In order to change the oil, you will have to purchase an oil filter, a pre-oil change cleaner, and an oil collector. You can find the recommended part and products in the video description, as well as in the link to know the type of oil and amount needed. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the oil fill plug. This will increase the oil flow when performing an oil change. Before draining the oil, we recommend adding a pre-oil change cleaner to the used oil. This will allow you to avoid overheating the engine, which could cause premature wear and will guarantee optimal lubrication. Before using it, start your vehicle for 5 minutes so that the oil is slightly warm. Then add the product and leave your engine turning over slowly for 10 to 15 minutes. Once the product has been added, you must not drive your car. Ensure that you change the oil immediately afterwards. Lift the front of the vehicle. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. This will give you access to the drain nut. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. If the front plastic crankcase is present, you should now remove it to have full access to the drain nut. You can now see the drain nut. Using an oil service spanner, unblock the drain nut and finish unscrewing it by hand. Be careful on the last few turns of the screw, the oil can squirt immediately. You have to anticipate this by placing a container underneath to collect the oil. You can learn how to make one by watching another of our videos, how to make a collector for liquids. Let the oil run out for 10 minutes or so. When you change the oil in your car, you must also replace the oil filter. Access to the oil filter is done from underneath the engine compartment. In order to collect the oil it contains that might flow out when you remove it, place a liquid collector underneath. Then, using a filter wrench, unscrew the filter by turning it counterclockwise. Finish unscrewing by hand. When it has been released, turn it upwards to avoid spilling any oil. Remove the oil filter. Place it in a liquid collector.
All parts used in this tutorial are supplied by our trusted partners. These partners also help us create as many video tutorials as possible. Check them out in the description below.
Take the new filter. Lightly coat the seal with oil on the screwed side. This will help avoid too much friction between the seal and the engine block. Friction can reduce the seal's water tightness. Coating with oil also facilitates assembly. Rescrew the filter until you feel contact. When this happens, take it fully in your hand and add an additional half turn to tighten. Replace the drain seal with a new one, then screw the drain nut back in. Start by hand, then finish off using a wrench without being overzealous, of course. Now you have to put the oil back into the motor. You have to be very careful and precise when doing this part of the job. Firstly, put the crankcase back in place, then lower the car back on the ground and check the oil level. This is something that can only be done when the vehicle is flat. Begin by putting 90% of the suggested amount. This will leave you a large enough margin to adjust the level of oil appropriately. You can find the exact amount of oil suggested for your car in the description of the tutorial. Renault has launched sustainable packaging that reduces plastic production by nearly 90% compared with traditional cans. It allows for a rapid flow of oil into a measuring cup, a funnel, or directly into the engine. In addition, its cubic shape allows you to store 40% more oil in your storage areas. Close the oil fill plug. Start the engine and let the car run for 30 seconds. This will fill the oil filter. Remove the oil gauge and wipe it down. Plunge it back into its sheath. Remove it again and check the oil level. The optimal level is near the maximum, but be careful to never go over it. Based on the level indicated on the gauge, readjust to obtain the optimum amount. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We will be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.